Esto es Warp Talks, el podcast de Warp, en el que creamos un espacio de diálogo vivo con los nombres que marcan el ritmo en las diferentes industrias creativas alrededor del mundo.
Hola, ¿qué tal?
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, bien, muchas gracias. Thank you so much for your time. We are excited to be able to talk with you about something so special, such your album Teatro Lúcido and your tour of Mexico and South America. How do you feel today?
I'm feeling all right, man. Thank you.
I think Teatro Lúcido, it's a great record, a great job, because in addition to having the Spanish language, it's very it's very diverse culturally, musically. Maybe I don't know, maybe El Conde Duque can be a Mexican ranchera song, drunken history, but we also have Ballad Arabo Andaluz. There is a lot of Spanish inspiration above all. A great song like Mayalén, Tren de la Vida, Resaca, El Tío del Padul. Does each song have its own history, right?
Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But I think in general, I think every song, yeah, it's like a little piece of life, you know, or like it's come from a story every time, you know.
Can you tell me how was the creative process around the Spanish language about Teatro Lúcido?
Well, there is many songs. I was in Spain, and I just made many songs while I was there. I stayed like 3 months in Spain, and it was very inspiring. And many times I was coming out with my guitar in the street and singing, you know. So many songs come from this, like Sacatela or No Pasa Nada. Or El Conde Duque, you know, like this kind of song is come from like just partying in the street, you know, actually. And many song was more like serious, you know, but yeah, it's just like an homage, you know, from a trip in España that we did, you know, in Spain. You know.
You live in Spanish actually?
No, but this was like 4 years ago, you know. 4 years ago, I spent many time in Spain, and I began to speak Spanish and write some song in Spanish, you know. But it was not planned at all, you know. It was just like this, you know.
In your previous work, Paradigmas, we could already see this new artistic phase of La Femme with the song Le Jardin, a great song, by the way. So the interesting thing about this work is more than successful use of Spanish slang. They speak the language very well. Spanish is a very diverse language. It seems like it was a fun process. There are a lot of puns of the album. How challenging can be to make an album in Spanish?
I don't know. It's very. I really wanted like to be serious and not just like a joke, you know. Even if I know like so many songs are like funny, but I really wanted like Spanish or Mexican people, when they listen to it, they enjoy it, you know, and they don't think that it's just a joke, you know. And so, you know, I took it very seriously, and some girls singing on the record, you know, they're really like from Spain or Mexico or stuff, you know. I wanted to have the good accent and stuff, you know, and that's being serious, you know what I mean? I hope it's what happened, you know. I don't know.
Yeah. Wow. I think creativity is feeling of freedom that allow us to live in a state of permanent transformation. La Femme is a very creative band. Innovating, living a new experience is part of life. La Femme is a very versatile band, incredible talented. They're always changing, and it's really nice to witness their artistic transformation. Do you consider that change is essential in the work of La Femme?
Yes, I think it's part of our ADN, you know, like to to change, and to not just stay in one stuff and in one style. And I think for me it's very interesting, to every record try some new stuff. I'm feeling like I'm a explorator, like a Christophe Colomb, of the music. You know what I mean? I like to explore some style.
Yeah. On this new album, Teatro Lucido, the title refers to emblematic theater in Mexico City. So I would like to ask you, how did you find out about this place? Do you remember your first impression of the Teatro Lucido?
Well, it was a friend of us called Audrey that introduced us there, and the first time we came to Mexico, we stay in the theater and live there, and I don't know, we really enjoy this time, like pretty free, pretty crazy and wild, with crazy party, and I don't know, like it was our first time we went to Mexico, and I think we really got the vibes of Mexico City over this place, so for us it was nice to call the record Teatro Lucido, like an homage,
All of us believe that we are dreamy people. So from the first album, Psychotropical Berlin, to today with Teatro Lucido, how do you describe the growth of the band? And personally, Sasha, what would you say is the best part of this whole process?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what would you say is the best part of this whole process from Psychotropical Berlin to today with Teatro Lucido?
I don't really know. It's hard, It's very hard to do a record. I think there is some moment very like hard, and painful, and you have to wait a lot and being patient. And also when you record, there is some moment it's very magic, I can't really tell, but for example, like when a musician comes to the studio and is recording like a great track, you know what I mean? Like the banjo in Disconnection, or maybe the trumpet in Fugue Italienne, It's like when I'm in the studio and listen to this guy, I feel very happy because I'm like, wow, like I can't believe like it sounds so good, and I feel like a child, listening to this kind of stuff, So this is kind of the happy moment for me. After, it's like a lot of time in front of the computer and discussing, arguing and stuff, it can be very like boring, and bad,
Yeah, thank you. It's always amazing to see you in Mexico. This record, your music deserves to reach every corner of the world possible. you will soon be in Mexico and Guadalajara. I live in Guadalajara. What does Mexico and its Mexican audience represent to you?
I think it's great. I think it's one of our place where there is the most people at the show, and it's very we have one of the biggest crowd, and I think people are really into like what we're doing, and they understand it, so, and I love to come travel there, so I think it's a great crowd for us,
Yeah, your music always be welcome. Congratulations for the artistic ability to generate such powerful music. The magic of music, I think, is that a power universal language that it expresses. So the last question, what does music mean to you, and being to able to share and connect with so many people around the world?
What is the question, sorry?
Yeah, what does music mean to you, and being able to share it with so many people around the world?
I don't know. I think it's magic. Like I spend all my life doing music. It's like a language. Like a universal language. I think it's just like supports all the kind of emotions that you can have in the life. Like when you're sad, when you're happy, when you want to dance, when you want to be political, it's like a way, like it's like a parallel world, for me. There is like the normal world where we are just animals, and we eat, we fuck, we sleep, and we die, and then there is art and music, you know, and then it's like it's make our life more interesting and more epic, you know, and more nice, you know. It's help, I think, you know. It's like a help for people, you know.
Yeah, great answer, Sasha. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. It has been a pleasure talking to you, and congratulations on the extraordinary career of La Femme. Sorry. always the best wishes. Hopefully we can meet in Mexico, in Guadalajara.
Thank
See
you
you
very
soon.
much, man. Thank you.
Suscríbete a nuestro podcast y escucha las entrevistas más relevantes de Warp en Warp Talks. Warp Talks.